This evening, we'll separate useful information and medicine from fashionable nonsense. We'll try to answer the questions people sometimes feel embarrassed to ask and help you decide what can wait and what absolutely should not. Welcome once more to Ask the Doctor. We're live on Thursdays with a rerun on Friday at 11 a.m. or Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Don't forget we're streaming on Facebook or the CNC3 website. And you can like our Ask the Doctor page. And please follow my articles in Tuesday and Friday Trinidad Guardian newspapers. So settle in, call the family, and turn up the TV as we start with the Doctor's Capsule. There was a fascinating new study that examined traffic deaths in the United States on the release dates of blockbuster albums by artists like Drake, Bad Bunny, Taylor Swift, those huge albums. And what was interesting is that on those days, online music streaming jumped by 43%. But traffic fatalities were also about 15% higher. That's an average of 18 additional deaths versus the days immediately before and after the release of a new album. That increase in deaths was most noticeable amongst younger drivers, people driving alone, and crashes involving sober drivers. So that's relevant to Trinidad and Tobago. There's an important caution, and we know that it is not legal to drive with your phone or when you're looking down and trying to scroll on a screen. But that study found just an association. It couldn't really prove with certainty that the drivers who crashed were using their phones or streaming music at that moment. But it's interesting. The lesson is not to drive in silence. Choose your playlist before moving off. And if the music needs changing, ask a passenger or pull over safely. So the danger may not be in the song. It is the few seconds your eyes leave the road while searching for it. We read about a solar eclipse last week, and while it may last only a few minutes, it was a reminder from ophthalmologists like Dr. Neela Ramdas that the damage to your eyes can last a lifetime if you look directly at a solar eclipse. So there was a recent one in Britain, and according to the BMJ, the British Medical Journal, dozens of people attended major eye hospitals with visual problems. And some of the figures reported suggest, though, that there were fewer eclipse-related injuries like burning the retina than after the 1999 event. So it's possibly a sign that public warnings as a result of social media are finally getting through. And of course, looking directly at the sun remains dangerous, even when most of it is hidden by the moon. That intense light can burn the retina. The term is called solar retinopathy, and there may be no pain. Symptoms may appear hours later with blurred or distorted vision, difficulty reading, changes in color, or a dark patch in the center of sight. So sunglasses are not enough, and neither are cameras or binoculars, and sometimes these homemade dark filters that you may read about. Safe viewing whenever there's a solar eclipse will require properly certified glasses, eclipse-type glasses, or an indirect method as you're back to your high school physics, you're using something called a pinhole projector. And if your vision changes after looking at the sun, seek urgent eye assessment. So an eclipse might be worth remembering, but it is not worth losing your sight. Further afield, we have also received complaints that some CDAP medications are unavailable. And that's not a small inconvenience, because a person's chronic disease like diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart problems would not pause because your pharmacy shelf is empty. If your usual medication is unavailable, I want to emphasize, do not stop your treatment. Don't half your dose to make tablets last or substitute another drug on your own. Liaise with your healthcare professional, including the pharmacist. Similar medications may differ in strength, dosing, and side effects. And of course, have a chat there that whether another participating CDAP pharmacy may have stock. And if not, contact your doctor or health center promptly so that a safe alternative can be prescribed. And we certainly don't want our patients to be sent from pharmacy to pharmacy on a medication scavenger hunt. We need to ensure that our patients get clear information, reliable supplies, and safe alternatives. Chronic disease, as in the CDAP, cannot be managed with intermittent treatment. It's time for a short break, and when we return, the Kiddies Capsule is up next.
Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
Nature's Ways Alive Kids Gummies are multivitamin gummies meant to support the development of children's bodies, like their bones, muscles, joints, brain, heart, and also their immune health. Choose Alive Kids Gummies by Nature's Way because they deserve it.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Hit the heat with 6. Cold, pure refreshment every over.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95, or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Eye care tips for Seaview Optical. Eat well. Good eye health starts with the food on your plate. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, lutein, zinc, and vitamin C and E might help ward off age-related vision problems. Quit smoking. Makes you more likely to get cataracts, damage to your optic nerve, and macular degeneration. If you have tried to kick the habit before only to start again, keep at it. Wear sunglasses. The right pair of shades will help protect your eyes from the sun's ultraviolet UV rays. Use safety eyewear. If you use hazardous or airborne materials on the job or at home, wear safety glasses or protective goggles. The best eyewear this summer is at Seaview Optical. Buy 1 complete clear single vision glasses for $499. Get the second pair free. Or get progressive transitions with designer frames for only $1,399. The best in luxury eyewear. All exclusively available at Seaview Optical.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. It's time for one of the fan favorite segments of this show, with small people, sudden surprises, and clear answers you can actually use. We'd love to have videos of school-aged children discussing health-related themes. Feel free to send them to Uncle Rajiv at 800 CNC3. Let's have a look at this evening's Kiddies Capsule.
A heat stroke is a medical emergency and can be life-threatening, so act fast while waiting for medical help. Loosen or remove excess clothing and move the person to a cool, shady, or air-conditioned area. Apply cold, wet clothes or towels to their body and use ice packs or fans to help lower their temperature. If possible, immerse them in a cold water bath. Continue monitoring their condition while waiting for medical assistance, watching carefully for any signs of improvement or deterioration. Remember, a heat stroke is not simply being too hot. It can be dangerous very quickly, so knowing what to do could make all the difference. When the heat becomes a health emergency, every minute counts. I am Renisha Dindyal from Saraswati Girls Hindu College, and this is your Kiddies Capsule.
Good evening, everyone. With screens becoming such a big part of our lives, our eyes need a break too. There's where the 20-20-20 rule comes in. It's simple. After looking at a screen for 20 minutes, look at an object 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. Whether you're studying, scrolling, gaming, or watching a favorite show. Give those hard-working eyes a chance to relax. It can help reduce eye strains and tiredness, so don't forget to look up from that screen every now and then. My name is Bella Freedom from Saraswati Girls Hindu College, and this is your Kiddies Capsule. Bye!
On August 19th, we recognized World Humanitarian Day, a time to honor the brave humanitarian workers who stepped forward during some of the world's most grave crises, while standing with the people affected by them. These workers deliver food, healthcare. Special shout out to Dr. Tilak Singh. We appreciate you. Shelter and protection to people who desperately need them. Some of these groups right here in Trinidad are the HARTT, FELL, TEMA, Red Cross, and Rotary International. But what can you do? We can share trusted information, speak up for the safety and protection of humanitarian workers, and support organizations providing life-saving assistance. We can also call for respect for international humanitarian law and accountability when it is violated. And most importantly, let's remember the people behind the numbers. Every life lost is more than a statistic. It leaves behind families, friends, and entire communities. Today, let's not just remember the crisis. Let's remember the people. And this was your Kiddies Capsule. Bye!
And as usual, a treasure trove of information in this evening's Kiddies Capsule. Congratulations to all of the children who would have passed the CSEC and CAPE examinations this week. Blessings to you and your families. All right, it's time for a short break, and when we return, the Medical Minds segment awaits.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order. Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Textbooks, screens, late nights. Your eyes work hard through every class, exam, project, and deadline. Ferrara Optical has eyewear specifically designed to reduce eye strain so nothing holds your learning back. For a limited time, youth get a free frame with lenses from just $495. Scholars get frame and lenses starting at only $750. And lifelong learners save up to 30% off your purchase of advanced lenses like Eisen and Transitions. Less strain, more focus. Your vision without limits. Visit Ferrara Optical in store today. This promotion is NLCB approved.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, Endeavour Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and MetaQuest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
The best eyewear this summer is at Seaview Optical. Buy one complete clear single vision glasses for $499. Get the second pair free. Or get progressive transitions with designer frames for only $1,399. The best in luxury eyewear, all exclusively available at Seaview Optical.
Welcome back to the #1 show for news, views, and interviews of all things medical. Dr. Babwa is a sports medicine physician with extensive experience in athletic performance, injury prevention, and rehabilitation. He has worked extensively as well with Trinidad and Tobago's national football team, served as a FIFA medical officer, and contributed research on football injuries, habits with respect to exercise, the use of energy drinks, and nutritional supplements. He's also a part-time lecturer in family medicine at the University of the West Indies. Let's welcome to talk about a very common clinical conundrum, joint inflammation or osteoarthritis, to the Medical Mind segment, Dr. Terence Babwa.
Osteoarthritis of the knee is the commonest form of osteoarthritis we see in patients in Trinidad and Tobago. On average, I probably see about 50 to 60 new cases of osteoarthritis to the knee on a yearly basis. And some of the common causes of osteoarthritis would have been persons who had trauma, significant trauma to their knees while they were growing up playing sports or in road traffic accidents or falls, and they found that 20 to 30 years later, the knee begins to swell, it becomes painful, it may even cause some deformities.
Just muscle up. I used, as the old people say, bush medicine, still in root. I did physiotherapy, still in root.
It's a progressive disease. It gradually starts mild and it progresses as the cartilage erodes away, damage to the cartilage, and eventually bone rubs on bone. Arthritis presents with pain in the knee or swelling or a combination of pain and swelling. And what they find is gradually they are unable to do some of the basic activities that they would have done for themselves. Unfortunately, it tends to affect mainly the elderly in the society who already have challenges or may have other challenges or medical conditions that will affect their independence. Pain in the knees also further compounds that. It could lead to patients becoming very distraught because persons who have been physically active their entire life and who have been capable of an independent living suddenly becomes threatened because they are unable to do things for themselves. Basic activities of daily living are affected, and that could lead to a lot of patients, in addition to the pain and so, getting into states of depression.
Say a special thank you to Dr. Babwa. And when we're talking about pain, stiffness, swelling, deformity affecting a joint, the management is often multifaceted. It's time for a short break, and when we return, it's giveaway time with the compliments of Great Health Works. That's coming up next.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy, Stacey. You want some coffee?
Can I have the book?
Perfect then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hi, the pool is this way.
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Is mealtime more of a chore than a cherished time? Does a lack of appetite keep your family, young and old, from getting the nourishment they need? Introducing Apetamin, the gentle, effective appetite stimulant designed for every age. Apetamin helps spark the natural desire to eat, turning hesitant nibbles into satisfying meals. Watch as food becomes exciting again, fueling growth, energy, and shared moments around the table. Give your body the gift of a joyful appetite. Find Apetamin in pharmacies nationwide.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95, or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The best eyewear this summer is at Seaview Optical. Buy one complete clear single vision glasses for $499. Get the second pair free. Or get progressive transitions with designer frames for only $1,399. The best in luxury eyewear. All exclusively available at Seaview Optical.
Struggling to lose weight despite your efforts? Feeling tired after meals, or dealing with stubborn belly fat? It may not just be your diet. Your blood sugar could be the issue. Spikes can lead to fat storage, low energy, and higher cholesterol. Berberine Plus, with berberine, bitter melon, and banaba leaf, help support healthy glucose metabolism so your body works more efficiently. Take control and feel the difference in 90 days. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and MetaQuest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. We're live on Thursdays with a rerun on Friday at 11 a.m. or Saturday at 11:30 a.m. It's giveaway time with the compliments of Joseph Sandel and the rest of his magnificent team at Great Health Works. And as usual, the numbers are on the screen. We'd love to hear from you. And as a reminder, when you're patched into the studio, listen on your telephone rather than the TV set, because there is a delay that creates confusion. And as usual, we like to delve into the medical lexicon. And what medical term describes that irritating skin sensation which creates the urge to scratch? So, A, paresthesia, B, pruritus, C, urticaria, or D, tinnitus. So, some interesting terms there. It's a best out of 4 It's a medical term that describes the irritating skin sensation that creates the urge to scratch, with a plethora of reasons, of course, ranging from skin inflammation such as dermatitis, psoriasis, can be due to parasitic infestations. We spoke about one last week with ringworm. It can be due to allergic reactions, medications. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the giveaway segment of Ask the Doctor. Hello? Good evening, welcome to Ask the Doctor. You're on the air, go right ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of our Ask the Doctor family. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're hearing you loud and clear. What's our answer for this best out of 4? This multiple choice.
I think it's pruritus.
And indeed, the first caller is also the winner, pruritus, B. So that is the medical term. Congratulations, pruritus. With all those causes, multiple reasons, ranging from problems affecting the skin to other systems. Have you tried these supplements before?
I have, some time ago.
Yeah? Well, I'd like you to stay on the line because we want to take some of your personal information off the air and make arrangements for collection of your prize. Well done. Pruritus, yet another medical term to remember. Now, it's time for a short break because we want to hear some more from our lovely viewers, because it's time for the open forum with your questions and hopefully answers. Stay with us.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Life doesn't stop for pain. That's why there's Cetamol. For everyday aches and pains, reach for Cetamol Extra Strength. Strong relief you can trust.
Struggling with menstrual discomfort? Cetamol Menstrual has you covered, so pain doesn't cramp your style.
And whether migraine or severe pain strikes, Cetamol Migraine delivers powerful relief for intense pain.
Cetamol, life's complete pain relief solution to get back to the better you.
Find Cetamol at pharmacies nationwide. Cetamol, get back to the better you.
With the cold and flu lurking around every corner, keeping your immune system strong allows you to live the life that you want every day. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is a unique plasmalized yeast product that enhances the absorption of essential micronutrients, ensuring that your body stays resilient. And now enriched with zinc, it is your go-to support for immunity. Staying vibrant and healthy just became a whole lot easier. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKL match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
Welcome back to the open forum of CNC3's Ask the Doctor. So the numbers once more on the screen. We'd love to hear from you with questions of a medical nature. And if you wish, because I know that it's difficult to miss even a second of your favorite program, you can ask the question and then listen on the TV set once the call is ended. But when you're patched into the studio, listen on your telephone during that brief interval, because there may be a delay that creates confusion. So the numbers on the screen, the phone lines already burning up. We had some technical issues which have been sorted, I hope. And I was speaking a little bit briefly, though, about some of the reasons for pruritus, that sensation. And as I said, it can range from infections to primary skin disorders. So you're seeing a dermatologist, maybe due to stressors too. So persons who may find that they have emotional or psychological trauma. It may present with itching. It may be due to nerve endings. There's actually a term called a neuropathic itch. And of course, we used to speak a lot about some chronic medical illnesses that could present with itching, like problems affecting the liver, the kidneys, and even thyroid or diabetes. Right, so we're back to the phone lines. Good evening and welcome to Ask the Doctor. Faizabad is first up. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome. We're hearing you loud and clear. Faizabad is in the house. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
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 Hello. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead. Welcome to Ask the Doctor. You're live. Oh, it sounds like she was having some issues too. So feel free to try again. We'd love to hear from you. And as I said, it can be tricky the first time. I know it might be mixed with some excitement, but keep your focus as we head to Central Trinidad. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Shagonas is on the line. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Welcome, ma'am. It's a pleasure to hear your voice. Go ahead.
I'm a diabetic,
yes,
and I observe on mornings when I wake up, sometimes my eyes are swollen.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I sometimes look, I see like if it's a little mesh-like coming down in my eye. But when I go to hold it, I can't hold it. Okay. I don't know what it is. It's something invisible like.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share some idea of what that could probably be? Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time to call in. And once you're a person with diabetes, and for those with type 2 diabetes, we say that at the time of diagnosis and perhaps annually thereafter, you should be seeing an ophthalmologist. So that is a medical doctor who is specialized in surgical and medical problems affecting the eye. So you would require the installation of eye drops and some special devices to look at the back of the eyes. So when we're thinking about that cloudy change to the lens, that is referred to as a cataract. It's the commonest operation perhaps in the world, and that risk is increased with age and in persons with diabetes. Sometimes the eye pressure may vary, but if there is bleeding or changes to the retina, the term is diabetic retinopathy, and this can sometimes be difficult to diagnose in the early stages. So it is the commonest cause of blindness in working-aged persons in the world. So it's important to get a proper screen when we're talking about diabetes, apart from trying to keep your blood sugar level under immaculate control. And many persons would be doing a hemoglobin A1C, the HbA1c that looks at your blood sugar for the preceding 3 months, trying to get it under 6.5 to 7%, to not just protect the eyes, but also the kidneys, the nerves, and long-term to lower your chance of heart disease and even death. So, and one size wouldn't fit all that. If you're frail, older, with a shorter life expectancy, you don't want to have low levels of blood sugar because this could be detrimental to your health. If you're young, fit, and well, you want to protect those smaller blood vessels by having very tight blood sugar control. So sometimes if you have an eye infection, persons may find when they awake that there is a discharge, the eyes may be sticky, you are experiencing something that appears to be affecting the structure of the eyes, and I would advise that you certainly see an ophthalmologist. So it's one thing to have the eyes assessed for glasses, it's another matter to see the ophthalmologist. It's time for a short break, and when we return, there'll be more of your calls.
for a cricket showdown like no other. The Trinbago Knight Riders go head-to-head with Antigua and Barbuda Falcons this Saturday, August 22nd, in another massive Republic Bank CPL T20 clash. Join us from 6:30 p.m. for the live pre-show. Then catch every boundary, wicket, and thrilling moments live and exclusive on CNC3 and CNC3Live.com from 7 p.m. This year.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. So, we're back to the phone lines. I know we were talking about changes with the eyes that may be associated with diabetes. We head to Shogunas again. Good evening and welcome to our program.
Hi, good afternoon, Doctor.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being part of our program.
Thank you. Doctor, I have a very long complaint to give you. I hope you can have patience with me.
Yes.
First of all, I'm a heart patient.
Yes, ma'am.
I got a heart attack in 2015. I have a stent and I have a pacemaker. After that, I'm a diabetic, so I take insulin. From that, I have a bladder problem. I can't go anywhere. First of all, I'm 76 years old, young.
You certainly sound younger than 76, but go on.
Thank you.
Yes.
And what happened, Doctor? I cannot go ahead because the bladder is not a normal that I can put on a pump or anything. It's not that I have to get up and go to the bathroom every minute. I don't sleep. But I have noticed since last week, the body stayed just like that. I've been to the doctor Tuesday,
yes,
medical associate, I see plenty doctors. And then I had a hysterectomy at West Shore at the 1st of May last year, 2025. What I noticed now, Doctor, from Friday, I am staying just so I'm getting very, very tired. Although all the blood tests I took, they said everything is good. But my thyroid, my kidney, everything. But I am feeling very tired. Another thing, I'm in bed right now.
Yes.
The muscles in my legs, I cannot walk. I am walking but dragging.
Yes.
And another thing, what is happening to me, I'm getting pains now in my stomach. It started the left side, and now the whole of the right side, the whole stomach now is very painful. Yes, right over. But doctor, to tell you the God's truth, I am fed up going to different doctors, but you have seen about 11 doctors.
I can imagine, yes.
And I decided I will call you and find what is the problem. And if you have a clinic, I'm from Shogunas.
Yes.
I would like to come to you.
Yes. Thank you very much for taking the time to call in, and I certainly would say that many patients share your concern when they're battling multiple chronic disorders, in which you're seeing a host of doctors, but sometimes each person deals with a specific problem. And perhaps you need someone like a good primary care physician that would be overseeing as a referee of sorts to guide you and nudge you in the right direction. And on this show, I'm not attempting to diagnose, but certainly if you're having increasing lethargy or tiredness, if you're having worsening pain in the tummy, although you may have done some blood investigations, things may have changed, perhaps repeat tests or even a scan of the abdomen, such as a CT scan, but the ultrasound. Feel free to call after the program for contact information within the central area, and perhaps we can discuss some of these these medical issues a little bit in detail. And I wish you all the best, God's blessings. Thank you for being part of our show this evening. Because in addition to your diabetes, your hypertension, and stenting, I could imagine that prescription list. So there's a term that we use called polypharmacy, meaning so many drugs that sometimes could even cause side effects within a specific patient. But never stop your drugs without having a chat with your doctor. Our next caller hails from Princestown. Good evening and welcome to Ask the Doctor.
Hello, good evening, Doctor. My question is with regards to diabetes.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of research, a lot of debates with regards to type 2 diabetes, so I'd just like to get your take on it. Yes. Basically, the argument or the question to you is that can type 2 diabetes be reversed? All right? Can it be reversed naturally or under diet changes? Or is it that it's just something that has to be managed? And what are some recommendations that you would suggest in the first instance to prevent people from, first of all, reaching the stage of pre-diabetes and then it transition into diabetes? What are some tips, some common tips that we can implement in our lifestyle to help us prevent ourselves from getting this disease? Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir, and thank you for taking the time to call in with two very pertinent questions. And I know that in the last few weeks there has been a bit of a social media furor about whether or not diabetes in general can be reversed. And when we're talking about type 1 diabetes, and for the sake of our viewers, about 10% of the population will be battling this immune-mediated destruction of those cells in the pancreas. So there's actually a deficiency of insulin, and those persons require injections of insulin for life. They will not be able to stop their medications purely with diet and exercise. Now, in type 2 diabetes, the hallmark is insulin resistance. There are problems occurring at different organs, the liver, the skeletal muscle, fat cells, the kidneys, the gut, even the brain. And many of the newer drugs are actually targeting these organs to not just attain a hemoglobin A1C, but some of the newer drugs are actually helping with weight loss and even causing a reversion of high blood sugar towards normalcy. So somebody who is pre-diabetic and engages in intensive lifestyle changes, seeing a nutritionist, regular physical activity, 30 to 60 minutes for most days in the week, and achieve weight loss, they may be able to return to normal blood sugar levels. And we've seen this too in persons in the early stages with type 2 diabetes who are battling this phenomenon called insulin resistance. Now, perhaps a better term is that your diabetes has gone into remission, because it does not mean that you'd rest on your laurels at that point. Lifestyle changes are exactly that, meant for life. So, rigid diet, and we are speaking about in conjunction with a medical professional. You want to be monitoring. The same rules apply in terms of the hemoglobin A1C, cholesterol, kidney, liver function. You want to be checking that individual's blood pressure. So there are type 2 diabetic who has gone into remission and lifestyle changes continue. It does not mean that you're going to resume some of those old habits, which will then cause your blood sugar level to rise. Think about it in patients who are managing chronic illnesses such as cancer. They may go into remission after surgery, chemotherapy, or radiotherapy, but you never stop monitoring. You continue to monitor because there's always a potential that things may occur at the level of the pancreas and the rest of the organs. In terms of how to prevent, because if you're a West Indian, most persons have a family history of diabetes, and of course risks include your ethnicity, if you're more than 30, if you've had big babies, gestational diabetes, so that is diabetes when pregnant, If you've had recurrent miscarriages, there is a phenomenon in younger girls called polycystic ovarian syndrome. That was the old term. It has been changed now to polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, or PMOS, that increases the risk for insulin resistance. So if you're having a dark neck, so that change in your skin to your neck, your knuckles or armpits, the medical term is acanthosis nigricans, and that is often a skin marker that people may be at risk for type 2 diabetes. So it's a call to arms, because your question is multifaceted, that you may not have any symptoms. 1 in 2 persons would be unaware of the diagnosis, like the thirst, urination, weight loss, blurred vision, or infection. So people will find that unless they do a blood test, they will not be aware that they may be pre-diabetic or indeed battling type 2 diabetes. So annual screening is something I'd like to recommend for most persons. And if you have those risk factors which were aforementioned, please ensure that perhaps you're doing it more frequently than once a year. As we head to Tacarigua, good evening and welcome to the open forum of CNC3's Ask the Doctor.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
My problem is the antibiotic.
Yes. Hello? Oh, it sounds like we were having a little feedback, and I know that you're about to ask about antibiotics. Feel free to call again. We'd love to hear from you. Hello? Welcome to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. So, and as a reminder, when you're patched into the studio, listen on the telephone rather than the TV set. And when we're talking about antibiotics, you have to be particularly cautious, not just side effects, but there is a big issue in the world of medicine about resistance. These germs are getting smarter, so they're not responding to antibiotics appropriately. Hello? Welcome to Ask the Doctor. Good evening. You're on the air.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening.
I just have a general question about what is the long-term effects of drinking alcohol, and as the body ages, what will the effects be?
Thank you very much. And that general question is an excellent one, because as we continue to battle sometimes the curse of alcoholism in the region, we're seeing a plethora of socioeconomic, physical, psychological, and of course it impacts on not just the individual but family and society. And if you're imbibing or drinking large volumes of alcohol to the point where it's affecting your quality of life or the relationships with family members, this is a call to arms. Would you believe that alcoholism is classed as a disease, and when no amount of alcohol is deemed to be safe, it is literally a toxin, a poison? We used to say that perhaps 2 drinks per day in men or 1 drink per day in a woman would be deemed to be useful and even beneficial. But that has actually changed now in the medical literature, that no amount of alcohol can be definitely said to be safe. Apart from affecting the brain, long-term effects now, and we're talking about someone as they're growing older, problems like dementia, including short-term memory loss. There may be, as a result of frequent falls, persons may get clots in the brain called a subdural hematoma. Many people have a lower level of immunity, so they may be at increased risk for infections throughout the body. The brain is no exception, so there may be a meningitis. There's an increased risk for strokes because your blood pressure rises. There are impacts on blood sugar, on the liver. We know that when we speak about a fatty liver, we've mentioned on this show that persons with increasing body weight and diabetes may get what was previously called a non-alcoholic fatty liver, but the changes in persons who drink heavily may start with fatty droplets, then it becomes inflamed, and eventually cirrhosis of the liver and end-stage liver failure. The kidneys may be damaged, the heart muscle becomes flabby, inflamed, the rhythm of the heart may be irregular. That term is atrial fibrillation, that increases the chance for blood clots and strokes. Persons may have damage to nerve endings, frequent falls, seizures. The list is endless when we think about the organ. So it's a multi-organ disease. And we haven't even scratched the surface when we talk about problems that might impact, of course, on family. And when we talk about the violence that sometimes results from alcoholism. Treatment is available. There are substance abuse clinics located free of charge throughout this country. But it is sometimes difficult because one of the cardinal features of alcoholism is actually denial. So it's difficult for persons to sometimes recognize that they have a problem. Sometimes there may be an underlying issue such as depression or anxiety that coexists. Have a chat with your trusted medical professional and see whether there can be assistance for your family member or friend. Our final caller this evening hails from Tacarigua. Welcome to Ask the Doctor, and thank you for waiting.
Yes, doctor. I'm calling back again.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Antibiotics is to kill
The use of antibiotics would be to kill bacteria usually, yes.
Why do doctors prescribe the powerful antibiotics for minor bacterial infections? Why don't they prescribe the less powerful ones? Because, and many times they tell you to use all the antibiotics.
Yes.
And if you take one of the antibiotics, it is very toxic, it is very acid, and it is very bitter.
Yes, sir.
And what I understand, in the long run, it had an effect on your...
So, some very insightful questions, and it's interesting that I started to speak about this phenomenon of antibiotic resistance when we lost your call, but I agree with you totally that sometimes we've been using antibiotics as almost like you're taking a hammer to kill an ant, and these strong antibiotics are not necessarily recommended for very mild infections. Sometimes, especially in a younger person with a robust immunity, persons are able to fight infections. And indeed, antibiotics have been wrongly prescribed for sometimes viral illnesses. Persons who have a fever, sore throat, or a cough, who may recover all on his or her own, may find that they have been given antibiotics. They're used for bacteria, and certainly if you're very toxic and you're having serious infections like in the lungs, skin, or the brain, you require admission to hospital for intravenous, so that's through an IV. And by the use of oral antibiotics, a short course, and then sometimes we may actually send people for what is called a culture test. So a sample of urine may be sent in the lab to determine if it grows any germs, and then that antibiotic will be tailored for the specific organism. So I agree with you, but the antibiotics, there may be side effects which are protean, and of course we want to have shorter courses if needed, and specifically antibiotics tailored to different bacteria, and they are useless in the management of viruses. Parting is always such sweet sorrow. What a program this evening. Our closing quote is from the well-known James Baldwin. What a great writer he was. And not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. So in medicine, facing something may mean acknowledging a symptom, taking the test we have postponed, admitting that a habit is harming us, or finally asking for help. Facing the truth is not surrender. Very often, facing the truth is where healing begins. To my team behind the lens at CNC3, to the generous Neela and baby Daniel, and to you, my beloved viewers, stay strong, stay curious, and never stop choosing kindness. Rest, reflect, love deeply. God bless, and we'll see you next week on Ask the Doctor.
You're watching CNC3.